All right, so now we move on to Forex. I'm trading this four pairs, so USD JPY, GBPUSD, XAU, gold, and USD. And for silver, I'm using it as the SMT with gold. But do I rely on the SMT that much? Probably not. But is it going to help me with my confluence? Like, let's say price swept on gold and it didn't swept on silver. So that indicates that price is likely to go the other way. So that is the type of SMT that I'm looking for. Now, use DJPY. Fucking hell, I marked out a fuck ton. Okay, so was there any trade this past? Wait, so Wednesday, Thursday, and I think there was a trade on Friday. I'm not on Thursday. I'm not sure. Wait, let me check when was news. Uh, fucking Forex Factory. Hold up. Oh, so it was on Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, so Wednesday and Thursday. Now for Wednesday, actually this was the Thursday. So for Wednesday we didn't trade because of the fucking PPI or whatever, but we just looked though. So pretty much, price was shit that week. Actually that day, didn't move that much, but we didn't enter that trade, so it was a good thing for us. Now if we move on to what was it? Uh, yes, September 11, Thursday. So if you look at right here, well, it's hard to tell, man. Mm, I'm still not going to enter though, regardless of if it looks like it's swept, but it doesn't look like it's swept to me. Well, if we drop onto the 5 minute, 5 minute. What time was this? Yeah, so no trade either because of the CPI, and yeah, I think that was everything for USD JPY. So no trade uh for Wednesday and Thursday, but yeah. Now we're going to Friday. So when is Friday? Yeah, Friday right here. So there was also no trade for Friday because, well, this would be our draw on liquidity. So price. So basically, this would be our daily high. This would be our daily low. Let me just move to the daily time frame so that it's easier to see it. Just mark it right here. Yeah. So 15 minute. Well, this would be our draw liquidity, but price did not reach to that, so it makes it a super low probability. And also, this would also be our equal low. Now, for next week, I'm looking for something like this. Let's say next week, starting off tomorrow. So as of right now, it is 8:35 in the evening. So by Asia, I'm expecting some move like this, and then to London, expecting something like this, and I would want price to tap into here, and we look for another confluence, and then I'm going to target somewhat around here 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, whatever, because this would also be our super strong draw on liquidity. Why? Because this is our equal low, so it makes it an even higher probability. Okay, so that is everything for USD JPY. Now we look onto the DXY. So DXY and USD JPY pretty much kind of correlates. So where else? Yeah, so pretty much price swept here. Swing high. Hourly high. Price swept. Also price swept here. But still though, it was CPI and can't enter on that. And yeah. Is there anything else we could see right here? Well, absolutely not. Let me just take everything out right here and mark this as our draw for next week, and also this too, and this too, but probably not because it's just going to look messy as hell. Well, DXY, let me just mark this as your daily high. This would be our previous day high, Yeah, pretty much I'll just mark out all of that. Now move on to GBP USD. I think there was no trade also. Well, this right here, yeah, no trade for this one because this was CPI. Yeah, and also I was expecting a bullish move, but still though there was still no entry. But I got the buy strike for London because I knew that price swept right here, and there's no other reason for price to go even lower because there's a fuck ton of liquidity right here. So pretty much after price swept Asia, after the price swept, I'm still hesitant to enter the trade, but man, it sucks because of the CPI news. This was the trade I just put out, but still though, I did not execute on this trade because it was a few hours before CPI. And regardless of that, anybody that entered would have fucked up. So we didn't enter, but so we was good. We were good. Now for this part right here, we could have entered a trade. Why? Because, I had this in mind where I could also trade the manipulation of the same session and the continuation in that same session. So if you look, well, if you look at something right here, or basically this, London high, yeah, so this would be our London high, and price swept, London high, price swept a bit late into that, well, 3 minute, okay, you know what, never mind, still no change of character, a perfect change of character, so still an invalid trade though. Yeah, so I think that is everything for GBP Let me look on to Thursday too. Oh, I mean, yeah, Wednesday. Was there any trade on Wednesday? Well, no, because there was a fuck ton of news also on Wednesday. Yeah, now moving on to Friday. Wait, was there? Wednesday. Yeah, I think 7:30. So that would be 8:30. Yeah, that would be 8:30. So I mean, as of for this one right here, we can still enter this trade. But let me check first. 3 minute. Ooh, was there any change of character though? Well, there's not. Actually, there is. This right here. But it still would have been a super low probability though. Super, super low. And this right here. It's still a very, very, very low probability. Because of it was close to news. And yeah. Still, if we were to look for a trade, what else? Do we see anything? I think yeah, because price, taps into our fair value gap, 5 minute fair value gap, whatever. So it did another change of character right here. Yeah, another change of character right here, and damn, there was no entry at all. This is not something I'm looking for. Like this looks shit as hell. Like no displacement, no nothing. So no trade for that one either. Well, I think back then I wasn't focused on the chart because I knew that there was CPI and PPI and all that dumb shit. Uh, yeah. So moving on to Friday, was there any trade? Actually, there is one right here. Let me just mark this out. And the hourly, was there anything on the hourly? Well, nothing at all on the hourly. Yeah, basically nothing. Going to the 3 minute, was there anything? Absolutely nothing. No change of character, no nothing. Just nothing. This one right here would have been good. Let me just check. Yeah, not a change of character except for this one right here. hold up. This and this, but still though, price did not tap. Actually, it did tap here. But now if you jump into the 1 minute, was there any entry? Actually, there is. Oh, actually, never mind. There wasn't. So, price broke structure here. Was there any change of character? Absolutely not. So no entry for that one. And yeah, that would be everything for GBP USD. So Wednesday, Thursday, crazy fucking news, and this one too. Yeah, but like for this one right here, bro, if price were to consolidate like early London, something like this, and fuck, bad drawing. Then moving on to New York, there's something like this. Then I would have entered somewhere around here and target, expecting a bullish move for New York, but still it never happened. So no trade. Well, gold, no gold. So same stuff. We see anything? Nope, because crazy news. We're not going to trade that. Yeah, so there's literally no trade. Wednesday. As you can see right here, price swept. Our Asia high, and it was bearish for London, but still no entry. And also this one right here, but I'm still not going to trade this because that would be near Asia session, and the spreads are high, plus the volume is fucking low. Yeah, same as this one too. No trade because of CPI or PPI, and as of for this one, literally nothing, like fucking nothing at all. Yeah. So now going on to Euro USD. Oh wait, actually XAU USD, I think I had an SMT somewhat around, I think this part, Thursday, I'm not sure, let me just check. Yeah, something around here. So basically a double SMT, so this one right here, this right here, back to gold. Yeah, so this is an SMT, so I was expecting price to be bullish though, like even after the news, I'm still expecting price to be bullish. Now, if we do the analysis again, what else? Well, never mind because gold hasn't swept anything yet. But I'm moving on to Euro USD. Well, Euro USD, nothing much. Price swept this, news. I'm still not going to enter. Why? Because let me just drop onto the lower time. Hold up. Let me mark this out first. Mark this out. 3 minute. Yeah, no change of character, so no trade. No confluence. 15 minute. What else? This actually looks good, but there was literally no fucking entry at all, because price also swept our daily low, previous day low, and this draw right here too. Now if we go into the super low time frame, on the 3 minute or 5 minute, even though if there was still a change of character, like the price would still be like low probability as shit. So pretty much no change of character, but price is super low in probability because of the news. As you can see, price chopping around like crazy, like barely any fucking move. As you can see right here, just 10 pips. Who's going to trade that, bro? Like that's my style. That's like that. Like yeah. So nothing for Euro USD, and yeah, that is everything. Actually, not yet. I think this was Wednesday, Thursday, and Wednesday. Yeah, so no trade on Wednesday and Thursday. Well, just mark out for next week. Well, if we look onto this one, no trade either. Wait, except for this one. 3 minute. Ooh, this looked like there was a trade. Yeah, so as you can see right here, price broke structure to the downside, a 3 minute change of character. Well, if you look onto the 5 minute, you won't see the change of character, but yeah, you're still going to see the 5 minute change of character though. Let me just mark out this confluence right here. the inverse fair value gap, the whatever. Now we jump onto the 1 minute. Fucking hell, my eye is burning as hell. Well, was there any trade we could have entered? Absolutely not. So no trade for that one either. But if we were to look for the continuation, what else do we see? I mean, that was if we missed a trade. Go into this one right here. Was there anything? 5 minute. Okay. Jump onto the 1 minute. Is there any any entry model? Well, nothing at all. Like literally nothing except for this one. Yeah, except for this one. But this would have made our entry a bit shit. Like our risk to reward. But I'm still going to target this one though. So it will still be a 1-to-1. But it's not worth the risk to reward if you think about it. Unless I make it, a tighter stop loss, but that would be a bit risky. And also the spreads too. So I guess no entry for this one. Yeah, so that is everything for Euro USD. And yeah, so moving on to New York, there's nothing. Price did not speed any of those levels, key levels, into higher time frame PD arrays, none of that. Well, I'm just going to mark all this out and also put it on the daily. But what the fuck is this? Yeah, let me just mark all this out. And mark out our previous week high, previous week low, 2 hours, 1 hour, mark everything out. Key levels, draws on liquidity. I'm going to mark out the hourly because it is a high probability. For example, this one right here. Oh, this was absolutely perfect. Was there any entry though? Like a sweep looks nice, but is there any entry? Absolutely none. No entry right here. But if price broke structure to the upside or something like this broke structure, candle close above here, change of character, came back up here and did a mini change of character right here, then yes, I'm going to enter somewhere around here and target lower. But still never happened, so no trade. Yeah, so let me just mark out everything. Let me just mark out this. Previous day high, previous day low. Fuck. And also this one right here too. This one. Where else? Yeah, I think that should be everything that I need for next week. So, yeah, I think that is everything for today for this video. This would still be a bit low probability, but if we go into the hourly, it is still considered a liquidity though. Why? Because daily high, daily lows. Well, still not as strong as this draw right here. So we'll see what price shows us next week. So yeah,